Good evening, it's budget night here in Canberra and the Catholic Social Services Australia team has been working back late. As you've no doubt heard, this is clearly an election budget. It contains the surplus, there's the energy cash splash and tax cuts for up to 10 million Australians. There is to be a further $158 billion in tax cuts. That's in addition to the $140 billion already legislated. And there is also significant investment in infrastructure. For those that we are privileged to serve, there's not a lot of good news because, as you know, many of the people we serve are not taxpayers. Those in receipt of New Start, no increase whatever. And they're not even eligible for the energy assistance package, $75 for singles and $120 for those who are couples. There is to be a significant saving in the budget over the next 5 years of $2.1 billion, which is coming directly from our sector. Sadly, $1.6 billion of that is directly accountable because of the slow take-up of NDIS. And as you know so well, that's because there's still a lack of funds for coordination, training, recruitment and travel, particularly in rural and regional Australia. So this is an ongoing failure in this budget. We have seen also there's to be an extension of the cashless debit card. That continues to cause concern to some of our members because we think it's a project that is yet to be proven. There is some good news. We're delighted to see that the funding for the Disability Royal Commission will be full and adequate at $500 million, and the government is to provide $328 million over 4 years on programs to reduce domestic and family violence. We're also very pleased to see that there will be a modest payment of $14 million for 3 social impact investment trials. But I think we all need to admit that the allocation of a mere $5 million over 4 years to address the present endemic situation of Aboriginal youth suicide is just lamentable. So here we are at the end of a big budget night where many Australians will be pleased because there's a surplus, tax cuts and spending on infrastructure. But for those that we're privileged to serve, we have to say they haven't been put first. And in fact, they haven't even been on the table in many of these considerations. So there's still a lot of work for us to do, and we wish you well as you digest the contents of this budget and as we now move into full election mode. Thank you and good night.